Hey guys, it's Jessica and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am a speech language pathologist, and in this channel we just talk about all different kinds of things related to the field of speech language pathology. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. Today I am going to share 3 activities that you can do with your speech therapy students, 3 back to school activities, so that you don't have to do any planning for this first week of school. I got you covered. So let's jump in and talk about what I'm going to be doing with my students on our first week back to school in our speech therapy sessions. So first thing is, I always like to have a book for my sessions. I know that many of you are the same way. So to recommend a couple of my favorite books, the first one that I'm going to recommend is The Pigeon Has to Go to School. So I'm going to read this book with my students who have shorter attention spans, who maybe just aren't as into reading and need like a super silly book to kind of engage them. And The Pigeon's really fun. If you've never read the Pigeon books by Mo Willems, they're just really silly and they're really easy to read in like a really fun kind of silly voice. And I find my students who have shorter attention spans or don't like to read as much really enjoy these. So that's book option 1. Book option 2 is for students who might be a little bit older, have a little bit longer attention spans, and that is Amelia Bedelia's First Day of School. And I love these books because of all the idioms and figurative language. There's 3 that I know of, back to school, pumpkin pie or apple pie, which I'll rave about later in the season, and Valentine's. So this will be my book I'll read for my older students, my students who maybe need to work on figurative language and idioms. That'll be this one. So activity number 1 is to read some back to school books. Activity number 2 comes right off of my themes, my weekly themes. If you've watched my videos before, you know that I use a weekly theme with my preschool speech therapy students. I have finally gotten this where it is like able to sell, because this has been just my own personal resource that I've used in my own speech room. So if you are interested in grabbing 36 themes like this, there's a link in the description. But anyways, so those books actually came from this, but you can use the books with all of your students. The next activity is going to be playing with bus toys. Yay! I have my Little People bus with my toys. Whoopsies. Got a pink bear. My daughter put in the bus for me. She's been playing with it for the last couple weeks while I've been waiting to film this video. My Little People, and as you know, with the Little People, the possibilities are endless. What you can target vocabulary, you can target location words, you can target pronouns. We will just kind of be playing. I use this first week to establish rapport again, especially for my littles who haven't seen me in about 3 months. So we will be playing with the bus and reading the books and singing our Wheels on the Bus song, just to reestablish rapport and have fun and work in like a pretty relaxed way. Okay, I'm going to turn you around to my computer so you can see the other thing. This is what I do with my students who are not my preschool students. These are particularly for my older students who've been seeing me for a little bit. And this is, why do we come to speech? Just a little reminder on what you're doing when you're coming to see Miss Jessica. So the first thing you'll get in this resource is these posters that I actually have in my own speech room. And I refer to these all the time with my students who want to know specifically what they're working on or what is so-and-so working on. And so I'll kind of like gesture to them. They're all up above my board, and I'll say, you know what? There's a lot of things people are working on when they come to speech. And you know, we're all working on different things. So I might have a student who is working on articulation, see a student who stutters, like come to see me, and they're like, ours are fine. Why is he coming? And then I'll just kind of be like, oh, look at all these things people can work on when they come to my room. We're just all working on different things. I also use it to kind of like show like admin, like these are the things we're working on in my room when people come to see me. So That's what I like the posters for. But for my students, I have some, like, why do we come to speech? I want to show you, oh dear, my computer's glitching. Okay, reading passages. So I'm going to show you a little bit closer here. I've written a reading passage. Can you see it? There we go. For all of my students. So I have articulation, and then there's some like questions they can answer about the passage, and fluency and stuttering. And these passages just explain, when you're coming to speech therapy for fluency, this is what you're going to be doing. And then we answer questions about it. And then each one of these also has a spot for goals. So we talk about, okay, here's what you're doing in speech. Here's what your goals are. And here's what we're going to be specifically working on for you when you come into my speech room. Okay. So the reason I love these, why do we come to speech, is, can you guess why? It's because I got that question a lot. Why do I come to speech? Why am I coming to see you? Like, not everybody comes to see you. So that was actually the inspiration for making this particular resource. So your 3 back to school activities that I have planned for you already for your speech therapy sessions are books. I've given you 2 suggestions, playing with the bus and reestablishing rapport. And then finally, for your older students who particularly are able to kind of understand reading passages and goals, why do I come to speech? And I'm sure you can guess all of these resources, both the preschool speech therapy weekly themes and the why do I come to speech first day of speech resource, linked in the description. And I also wanted to share just one more quick thing that I'm really excited about. I've got some merch that is coming out. It's kind of been a dream of mine for a long time to have some merch. So this is my new shirt. It says neurodiversity is beautiful. It's kind of hard to see on the dark gray, but I've got some different colors. And the back, so here's the back. And on the back, it also says neurodiversity is beautiful. And you can see that it has the brain with the flowers. Those of you who have been around for a little bit know that I love the symbolism of the brain and the flowers, and that I feel like neurodiversity is like a garden. So if you want to rep some neurodiversity swag as well, just to, you know, represent the people in your life who might be neurodiverse or neurodivergent, I would love to share these with you. And there, you can see the link to the store under this video. All right. I hope you guys have a great back to school season. Thank you for stopping by, getting your lesson planning out of the way for your first week of speech therapy sessions. And I will see you back real soon for another video on what we're doing in my speech room this year.